If there's one thing I realized in 2020, it's that people are disgusting. Emphasis on the disgusting. But this is a fact I've known for a long time. I've made clear before my disinterest in going outside because outside means people and people means germs. When it comes to being dirty, human beings are just the worst, and I want to shed light on people's gross habits. There's a plethora of separate lists I can make regarding this topic. People's gross habits in school, in stores, while they eat, who own pets, the list goes on. This particular list is going to cover commonly accepted gross things. So let's start with the most popular one, people who wear their shoes in their house. I don't know about you, but my house is a sacred place. When I'm tired or overwhelmed by how disgusting the world is outside, I take comfort knowing that my home is safe from these germs. However, a lot of people don't think this way, and I don't vibe with that. The main justification I know people have in doing this is because it's convenient. The 20 seconds it takes to remove your shoes at the door is too long for a lot of people. Imagine the amount of dirt and bacteria your shoes pick up that you're now spreading all over your floor. And when you do inevitably take your shoes off to sleep, you're picking those germs back up off the floor and marinating them inside your bed. Disgusting. People who walk around barefoot. This is pretty similar to the first item on this list, but the roles are reversed. I'm talking here about the people who walk outside without shoes and then come back into their house no problem. You know, every survival show tells you how important it is to protect your feet, so now you don't even have a barrier to prevent yourself from picking up every gross thing off the floor. People who only take morning showers. This is probably the second most commonly accepted gross habit. For me, taking a shower helps signal the start of my night routine and time to wind down. Even though I do consider it a chore a lot of the time, I know it's important enough to do at night so I don't take all the germs I've soaked up during the day and spread them all over my house. These people are marinating in their own germs while they sleep. Bonus point, people who wash improperly. Apparently it's a thing for people to just not wash their legs or feet in the shower. I can imagine your feet, but your legs? That's almost half of your body. It's not enough to just let the water run down. I don't know why people need to be told this. People who don't clean their hands before eating. When everyone needs to be taught how to wash their hands properly, you know something is wrong. And once you bring food into the equation, the entire situation just blows up. If you can't get to a place to wash your hands before you eat, then hand sanitizer is your best friend. Why people think it's okay to rub up on door handles, menus, and their seat before putting food into their mouth, I don't know. People who use silverware that touches a table. I know I'm really getting into this subunit with people's gross eating habits, but there are so many things to break down. Everyone knows not to eat off the floor, but do people not think about the disgusting things people do on the table? Sneeze, spit, set down their dirty belongings? That suspicious liquid on your table might not always be a spilled drink. When I go out, any food that falls becomes toxic because I don't know what the people who ate before me did, and the table doesn't get properly disinfected before the next person sits down. I don't want my silverware laying in a pile of someone else's mucus, and I especially don't want to put that same silverware in my mouth. People in general just seem to be so nonchalant about rubbing up on things that come from the outdoors, like people who place their packages indoors as soon as they get them. I am very cautious when bringing in items from the outside world into my home. There is no way of fully knowing where they've been, but you do know that those packages have tumbled around on the ground, they've rubbed up all over the delivery person, so they're not clean. I die a little inside every time I watch somebody do an unboxing right on their bed. This goes for items bought in-store too. Having worked retail before, I've witnessed so many kids slobber all over cups or plushes put out. These images keep me up at night. People who don't clean their food before eating. Quick PSA to wash your fruit and vegetables. It's not a conspiracy to have dirt or bugs on your produce. This stuff grows outside and outside is dirty, so clean your food before you eat it. People who share food or drinks. Now by all means, share whatever with whoever you feel comfortable with, but practice proper etiquette when doing so. You do not need to gargle a drink when sharing with someone or leave your slobber all over someone's utensils. I will never forget this one time going out with my friends to the mall in elementary school. My friend's mom bought each of us a cookie and one Coke to share between the 7+ people that were there. My cookie made me thirsty, so I asked for the drink, and by the time they passed it to me, you could see the saliva literally dripping down the straw. I was traumatized. People who let their pets in and out of their house. I can make a whole video on animals' gross behaviors and people's gross ways of handling it, but this is the most commonly accepted practice. I just discussed the controversial nature of walking barefoot, and the thought of letting my dogs roam free and then bring all those germs back inside the house is unnerving. If I'm not going to do that, then neither should they. And finally, people who don't regularly wash their sheets or towels, or who don't wipe down their phones and doorknobs. People who don't vacuum, that's a big one. I could talk forever about the things people don't do which are disgusting. You'd think it'd just be common sense to keep the items you use clean and the space that you commonly reside in tidy, but nope. Lesson is, wash your dang hands always. Or my favorite solution, avoid people at all costs. Truly, the most disgusting thing people do is normalize these habits. If you do any of these things, please stop. If you know anyone who does something on this list, you need to stay far, far away from them.